And what is up, everyone? Thunderbob here, and tonight I'm going to be checking out a brand new game. This is Wavetale from the developer Thunderbolt Development. This is scheduled to come out actually about a month from now, December 12th, 2022. It'll be added to Steam, and this is a really cool looking game. The description here says, surf the waters of a submerged city, unravel the past, save the islanders from the mysterious sea monsters, and discover secret hidden under the surface. And I've played just a little bit of this on my Steam Deck just to make sure how it runs there, and it ran pretty beautifully. I am doing this in ultra-wide max settings on my PC this time, and we're gonna just jump in and probably check out like the first, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. I am limited in what I can show. There's like a certain point where the developer has indicated they don't want us to share. But we'll play for a little bit tonight, and if I'm into this, I will do a full playthrough and a review down the road, but let's go ahead and get started. Yeah. I didn't get very far on the Steam Deck, so I don't mind restarting.
They say that the ocean is big. I wouldn't know. For me, it's always ended at the horizon, where the water meets the fog. I wish I could see what's beyond that line, beyond our island and the plaza. Grandma says that this is our haven, that the lighthouse keeps us safe. But a part of me wants more. It's hard to imagine that this was a different world once, that you could open your door, step outside, and just walk wherever you wanted to go. But that was before the fog, before the city sank, before the dirty paws showed up and took everything away from us. We still have a spectacular sunrise, though. I guess the paws couldn't find a way to deprive us of that.
Ladies, my bum. Things that need fixing, I presume.
Yeah. Thing for Ursula over at the Sleepy Triplets. A leaking capacitor and something. They said you'd know.
Humph! It's broken again? How does she manage? In my day, we knew how to care for our things.
All right, Sigrid. There's some crab in the basket, too.
Hello, Mr. Bane.
Don't you have somewhere to be, Bane? We have work to do.
Should be on my way. Fog's closing in. By the way, Doris, have you, talked to anyone lately?
I never talk to anyone now, do I?
They say the dirty
That
paws
anchor
have
has to
been
weigh
seen
like a
by the
ton.
plaza. Haven't spotted them myself, but
Is this your idea of a joke?
wish it was. Just be careful, will you?
I could look after myself before you were even born, Bane. Now scram! The air seems absolutely saturated with gloom. Ugh. We need more sparks if we plan to hold that fog back.
I'm on it.
Remember, no fiddling with your hands. Only use the net,
Or they will burn my hands just as they always did Grandpa's. It's not my first time, Granny.
You can't live on old marriage, Shrimpy. I tell you that. Now what are you waiting for? Saw some sparks gathering on the beach earlier. Better check the fountain and Grandpa's memorial as well.
Got it.
Always some that escape the lighthouse storage, too. Don't let that go to waste.
Alright, so I didn't get too far on the Steam Deck. I gotta say, it looks a little fuzzier here than it did on the Steam Deck. Like, I checked, there's no graphical settings, which is, you know, kind of lacking. But it looks like it's running native 3440 by 1440 on my machine. But it just has kind of like a fuzziness, probably, maybe that's intended. Like when you kind of getting close for the finer details. I like the way the characters animate. Like it reminds me a lot of Wind Waker from back in the day. Like, you know, how he looks at things and observes the environment and interacts with characters. And it's got kind of like a character action game control. You got a double jump. You got like a attack here. You can attack in midair. You got a dash. and like a heavy attack. Yeah. I didn't really get far. I really...
Found one. Give it a good whack. That should lead the power straight into your battery.
It's like she thinks I've never done this before.
On the Steam Deck, really, I was just trying to make sure it ran, and I was getting like... say like
Lighthouse done.
60-ish most of the time.
Today.
There
I think I was
must be a
getting like
reason.
3 hours of battery
I'll
life.
take Anita and go investigate when we're done.
I thought you weren't gonna take her out before she's repainted.
Necessity knows no laws, Siggy.
Interact with any of this stuff. Sparks by the fountain. Okay, so you can hold R2 to like sprint. And then L2 like... is that like a slow time mechanic? Seems like I could throw something, but like, it doesn't seem to like give me that ability. Controls are real smooth though. And one thing that's odd, I believe this game came out, but it was exclusive to Stadia, which is, you know, a weird thing to say. Like, Stadia, I think, has officially been given an end date, right? So it's going away, and I think that's why it's finally coming to Steam. Is they're letting these games, finally, the few that were exclusives, move on to other systems now. I like the kind of the smooth jazz sounding music. It's rather soothing and calming. Alright, I should probably try to actually move forward. I do see I have a mini-map in the top, and it is directing me this way. Stadia, like... I wonder if there's an alternate reality where that did not fail completely, where Google is now dominating the gaming industry. I feel like that's not very likely in any reality.
Got the ones by the fountain.
You didn't climb it, did you? That damages the stone finish.
Huh?
Ah, never mind. Just trouble Iris used to cause as a kid.
Oh,
Mom?
pretty at times.
Did she play here a lot?
Sigrid, I don't have time for chit-chat. Go get those sparks.
It reminds me of, anyone watch The Handmaid's Tale, Aunt Lydia? I think Stadia could have worked. Like, the underlying tech is pretty cool. I've messed around a little bit with it. Just the idea of, like... I think the best use for it is for, like,
Found the ones by the
instant
memorial.
demos.
Hey, Grandma, why don't we have a stone for Mom?
Stones are for the dead.
But she's been gone for so...
What's with you today? Less
Oh, that's
talking,
really cool.
more spark collecting.
To go this way. Like, instant demos is, like, I think the best example of use for Stadia. Meaning, like, you're on a web page, or you could be on Steam, and without installing it, you could just click a button, and, like, normally it'd be like, oh, let's watch the trailer. But with Stadia, you click the button, and in the browser, you can actually have, you know, gameplay. You could be playing that game with the click of a button in 5 seconds. And I don't think they ever really, like, there's like been a couple examples of that, but they really haven't, I feel like, used it adequately for the tech they have. And then, like, the way they sold games was just
Not going
ridiculous.
close to the water, are you?
Just to
course
get
not.
the sparks, I wasn't...
You know what can happen in those waters. There's a reason people don't go swimming, you know. More than a few feet down and...
I know.
Like, on Steam, like, it kind of makes sense. You know, you pay for a game and you kind of expect it to be in your library forever. With Stadia, it was always like, you had to buy these games, and you didn't really own them. Like, you didn't download them. You could only get them streaming. And it's, I feel like there was kind of that thing in the gamers where they're used to having it on their computer. Even though Steam could always revoke access, like, at any time. Like, I've got, what, 1,600 Steam games. And it's always possible I could lose all of those. Like, if Steam disappeared, I know they say that they're going to release keys or whatever, but you know, may not happen.
Ah, that should do it.
But with Stadia,
With that
Google
fog
has a track
coming, we sure
record
need all the
of these
power we
projects
can get.
falling apart.
Grandma, what was that about the dirty paws?
I wish you'd never have to live in a world where that scum still existed.
Are they really back?
If they are, we better be ready to batten down the hatches. I don't like the look of that. The lighthouse beams should have pushed it away already. Why
Uh-oh.
won't it?
Grandma, Mr. Vane!
Sigrid! Sigrid, take cover!
Isn't that the guy from Soul Calibur, Sigrid? Or is that Siegfried? What is that? I like the late title card. It's classy. You know, my favorite late title card in a game is Cyberpunk. Like, you're 7 hours in, and I'm not going to spoil it, but there's just a really epic moment, and then it's just like, bam, welcome to Cyberpunk. If you've played, you know what I'm talking about. What's that in the water? Is that her doppelganger? It's like, is she your shadow? Like Peter Pan style? That's really cool. I love that you can actually see, like, it's almost like a reflection, but I guess the way they're presenting it is it's like an actual being under there. And that feels really smooth. And you got, oh, okay, if you do R2, you're just kind of like gliding. It's a really pretty game in motion.
Grandma! Grandma, can you hear me? Oceans. I've never seen this much gloom.
Get out of here, Gloom.
No! Iris, wait!
Are you
Aunt
hurt?
Lydia.
I saw, and there was... Oh, this is not good. Not good at all. If this is what the paws are up to, then... You look all pale, girl.
Oh, it's just... there's something...
Is it Anita? Did she capsize?
It's not the boat. Just come see.
Stay back, child. I'll give the harpoon
No,
and...
it's not dangerous. It helped me save you.
Helped you?
Yeah, like... Just watch.
Sigrid, are you out of your mind?
We need more sparks, Grandma. I can go get them.
Absolutely not.
It won't hurt me, I promise.
Aunt Lydia will take your
And
eyeball out if you don't
technically,
listen to
I'm
her.
not in the water, I'm just on it. We don't have a choice.
It's true.
Oh, have it your way, girl. But don't get used to it.
She's got eyeballs like Rick and Morty. Like the, it's like the asterisks for eyes.
Mackerel, I wonder what happened to Bane. Tread carefully.
Alright, Sparks Bird,
What are
Ferris
you
wheel,
even?
clock tower, crane.
I mean, you came at the same time as those monsters. From where?
Got the closest one first. I guess in motion with like the waves and the reflections and like everything, it is a really, really pretty game. Like, I didn't even look. Okay, it looks like it's locked to 60. I'm running a 3080 and a 10700K. And there were no settings, obviously. I'm kind of disappointed in that. I'm running 144 hertz ultra wide. I should be able to bump it up higher, but it seems to be running pretty decently. 60 locked, just about. All right, let's see what I got to do here. I'm probably gonna play just a few more minutes. I want this first video just to be like the first 20 or 30 minutes, but I am very much enjoying this so far. Very cool aesthetic, and it has kind of like the controls feel almost Zelda-ish. Like if you took Wind Waker and you added a jump and like more maneuverability to it, kind of that's what it feels like. I guess like nothing like Wind Waker in reality, but you know what I mean. Okay, do I gotta defeat the monsters first? Okay. If I do L2, that's what happens, and I'm not sure what the purpose of that is. Maybe I get something I can throw later? Because none of the buttons, like, it's like she's winding up. Okay. Oh, that's really cool. It's got a good feel to it. I gotta say, everything feels really refined.
Huh. Those little sticklebacks won't work for machinery like this. Only good for pocket change.
And you move so fast, like everything just feels really, really tight, and like even though you're moving quickly, I feel like I have really good control and awareness of what's going on. Is that it? There's just nothing else up here. You can even like jump down and grab it on the way down. Alright, how do I get back down? Look at that, that's cool. Nope. I want it down. Okay, he's out now. I thought I saw someone running on water, but I figured we were just part of whatever it was. Seems like not everything is voice acted. I kind of prefer if it's either everything's got voice acting or nothing. Need a ticket to get into the observatory. Like when it's kind of in between. I don't know. And I don't necessarily have to have voice acting. I think it adds something to certain games and genres. I'm kind of loving the soundtrack here. You know what it's reminding me of, and this is kind of weird, but Cowboy Bebop. I love Cowboy Bebop, and the seatbelts just have such an amazing like jazz soundtrack. This reminds me of some of the music, like at the end of this series. There's this really fabulous song, and when this music kind of picks up, it reminds me a lot of that end song from that series. Oh, you can pull those to you. Okay, okay. And here's a Ferris wheel. Sparks by the Ferris wheel. Really enjoying this. I might put some time into it. I can only show like the first, I want to say it was like an hour to 90 minutes until release, or until I get a word otherwise. But I'll probably put some time on the Steam Deck, and if I can beat this by release, I'll try to have like a quick review posted. Is there fall damage? No. Okay, cool. Alright, where's the last thing? Glad this
Done on
is...
your end, Sig?
Not quite.
Yeah,
So
Lydia.
don't buy green bananas.
What's that? Bananas? Why would I want bananas?
It means we shouldn't plan too far ahead.
Do you even know what a banana is?
Just something I heard Bane say once. Forget it.
What's the matter with you? Rambling about fruit. Are you quite all right? Well, better get this mess we're in straightened out before you go bananas.
Kind of weird. There are times where like the camera will not follow me up here. I wonder if like either I'm not supposed to go up there or it's more just like set dressing. I'm happy that this has been liberated from Stadia though. Like I don't have anything against Stadia, but I didn't really play anything on there. I actually bought generating some used to power devices. Okay. I bought one of those little Stadia kits when they were on like a sale. I think I got the controller, which not a bad controller. Smart cables laid up. Follow to see what. Okay. I got the controller and the Pro. What is it? Chromecast or whatever. And it was like $20, and it came with a month of Stadia. So I did try it on my TV, and me and my daughter, played some Paw Patrol games and stuff. But I always find streaming, there's just a little bit too much latency, even with I've got gigabit internet here, and just not my preferred way of playing, because I have a good computer and I don't really need to stream anything. So I'm really happy that this is being played by a wider audience now.
Well, get here stat so we can fill up the tank.
She's got like a brown pound. That's cool. Very clever game. Depending on what it sends me to do next, I might be the end of the video. I don't want to... I prefer these preview videos, these quick looks, to be like the first 20 to 30 minutes, just because people kind of get bored. Unless it's like, some games you need, an hour to kind of get the basics of it. But something like this, I feel like, in 20 or 30 minutes, you kind of understand the gameplay loop, you understand the mechanics. It's not a super deep... Like, if I'm playing an RPG, in 20 minutes, you might not even, like, get out of the first cutscene. Alright, I gotta remember to use the radar. Alright. Did I just hit it? There is a demo actually on Steam if you're wanting to check out this for yourself. Got an achievement. I am playing this with a PlayStation 4 remote. Oh, okay, so I can see the map now. It's a pretty big play area. This is like where I have unlocked to begin with, and what I think is you light up the areas and clear the fog, and you can open up the game world as you're going. Maybe I'll just try to run to this next area as I kind of give my final thoughts. Or am I supposed to be on the boat? Hey. Hey. I feel like I should be able to like hook onto it or something. It's such a pleasant... Press A to start charge jump. Press Stay to release. Very pleasant. Like, there is combat, but like it's a really chill, like pleasant, calm experience. Like it's not to say it's like easy, but so far there hasn't been like a great challenge. Okay, there it goes. It's so cool.
Grandma, Mr. Bane!
But saved him. Ooh, he wants to give me something. Oh, okay. So you can change your look. 4 points. I don't think there's any kind of like buying currency. So this is probably in-game currency. I have to show my daughter this. I bet she'd love this. So you got hair, you got hats, leopard print, polka dots, flames, rainbows. See you later, Mr. Bane. Mr. Bane sounds like he should be the bad guy, but I don't think that's this kind of game. Yeah, overall, I'm only 30 minutes in, but I'm super impressed with it so far. I will put some more time, especially since it seems to be Steam Deck, you know, compatible. I don't think it's officially supported, but they usually don't mark that until closer to release on a game. But I spent just a couple minutes running around and it ran fine. Controls were great out of the box.
Did you see Mom in that gloom?
I told you to.
I heard you say your name.
If you say one more word while standing on that.
You gotta kind of like look at it to get it to trigger.
You know, sometimes I just wish that Granny would accept that things have changed. This is what we're stuck with, right? Some days it's not all that bad. Crab to eat, waves to watch. I'm just saying, we might as well make the most of it. But not Granny, oh no. Everything worth doing was apparently done better back in the good old days. She just keeps rubbing it in, you know? When we had the dandelion, before the war, when your grandfather was still alive, blah, blah, blah. The war happened. Grandpa is dead. Sometimes she makes me feel like my future is already in the past.
It's just like a joy to like run around here. It almost like how easy it is and how like quick you can move around. I know there's no like score system to it, but like, you know, the way you're on the ground and then you jump into the air and you hook onto the thing. It reminds me of like a couple, it kind of reminds me of like Spider-Man a little bit, which has like a really fun movement system.
By the mother
Oh.
of Sparks, it's really them.
What is that?
The flying barge. The dirty paws trump card during the war. We'll discuss that seal of yours more later. Time to speed up.
But it also reminds me a bit of like Tony Hawk. Like I know there's no score system, but like just the movement and the speed and the fluidity of it reminds me of like some of those classic, like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. I grew up on that shit. And it's a completely different genre, completely different game obviously, but just the fluidity and ease of movement and stuff, it kind of reminds me of that. Did I miss one? It did. Yeah, I think I'll be ending it here, but yeah, super intrigued by this, really enjoying it. I'll probably check it out on the Steam Deck. If I do, you know, get pretty far along or beat it, I'll probably do a follow-up video with more thoughts on it, but right now, I could totally recommend this. I don't know the price on it at the moment. You know, it's a more of an indie title. I would suspect it's probably like in the $20 to $30 range, but I don't have that in front of me. But it's very well put together. Controls amazingly, looks really cool. Great soundtrack so far. Yeah, I would recommend it. So I'm gonna end it here before I get into like another long conversation. But yeah, if you got any thoughts, if you check this out on Stadia and you put more time into it, let me know what you think. If you do enjoy this video, please do like, subscribe, drop me a comment, and thank you everyone for watching, and have a great night.